like you to stretch your legs before we go to the first speaker. Can everybody from the corporate world stand up for just a minute? Okay, stretch your arms, just wave for a minute, there you go. Okay, now you can sit down. Now, the people from the academic community, those from the academic community, stretch up. So you see, we have people from the academic world. There you go. And then there are also people from the nonprofit community, including government. We have some of those as well. So as you see, what we tried to do was try to have a nice mixture, about a third, a third, a third was the goal, and I think we achieved that goal. And so I thank you all for coming here. I will just, no one has said this yet, so I will just say this, that if you have a cell phone, please try to remember to turn it off or turn it on vibrate. You have the program in your schedule, so you know that there will be some breaks over the course of the day for bathrooms, which are down the hall. If you have some time at some other day, please do come again to the university. I know that we'll be busy in here most of the day, but it's an amazing campus. And so on behalf of the university here, I think we want to make sure that they come again. My next job is to introduce the opening speaker, who's Robert Sebbag. His very short bio is already in the pamphlet, and so I don't think I need to spend the 2 minutes to read it to you. If you want to know more about him, there's this amazing tool called Google, and you can find all about his professional background and the work that he does internationally with Sanofi and his work teaching in Paris. So, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I hope that your first value will be tolerance about my English. But no, really, thank you very much for to give me the opportunity to share with you and to tell you a few points about this theme. When Veronica asked me to come, and I had two choices. I say, oh, I will write a speech. It's about 40 minutes, half an hour speech. And I will read my speech because it's not my language. Or I will put some bullet points, and some story about my life, about my experience. And I chose the second possibility, just to share with you and to give you my view about this theme. I am a medical doctor. I'm a specialist on infectious disease and AIDS, still working in a hospital. 1 day per week in Paris. For a medical doctor, it's very important to maintain contact with patients, to touch. You know, it's a very physical job. And I am also vice president at Sanofi-Aventis about access to medicine, and we'll come back on this point. But before, I was #1 of the French Red Cross during 5 years. I was also in the world of NGO. I'm given also some courses at university, and you know, I am in the business, I am in academics, but also NGO, because I create a few NGO, and I told you I was head of the French Red Cross during years and all around the world. I was medical doctor in Vietnam. I was the first Western medical doctor just after the war in '78 to spend 2 years in Vietnam, and also it was a very important experience for me, and I will try to give you a few words. Okay, human values and sustainability. Good choice, because 3 words, everything is within these 3 words. Human, okay, human, we can speak hours and hours about human. Values, we come back to values, and we'll come back also on values. And sustainability, not one-shot operation, future, how to prepare the future. I will give you a lot of questions. I'm not going to answer to all the questions, but I think what will be very interesting is to have a debate and to ask some questions. But if you let me, I will start by my first experience in the field as a medical doctor, and to give you the illustration of 2 very important values. After my study, my university sent me in Bolivia, in Latin America, as a medical doctor, to study the migration of the Indian population from high country to low countries. And I was 25 years old, I am a medical doctor, I know everything, I have the technique, you know, the white doctor coming in the South country. After 3 days, I was with my car and to visit a village, and somebody brought me a baby around 1 year old, in full dehydration with the mother, full dehydration. See the baby, I say, oh, no problem. I take the baby in my car, I go to the health center, we have infusion, we have physiological serum, no problem, it's nothing, it's a full dehydration, it is very hot. But, you know, the mother says, I don't know, who are you, but say, please, it's an emergency, give me your baby, because she will die. She will die, it's nothing, it's a dehydration. She, no, she take, it was a breastfeeding, say, but there was no milk on the mother, and I tried to convince, because all the village were around me, you know. All the village around me, and tried to say, please, you have to convince the mother, I have to take the baby will die, the baby will die. It's nothing, it's 10 minutes treatment. Okay, by pressure, after the mother takes the baby, and she came in my car. And somebody from the village say, there are chupa sangre in Spanish. It's they take the blood. Why? Because my mission and the mission, we made some analysis and we take some blood to the people to study sort of things. But our image, the image of this mission, was that we take the blood from the people. And when they say, this is chupa, I don't know in English how you say, help me? Yeah, to suck the blood, you know. These people suck the blood. It was finished. It was finished. The mother said, no. You can imagine, man. And, okay, I left. I let the people, and the baby died. And I think why I tell you this story, because technique. I had the technique, I had everything, the drugs, everything is nothing. If you don't understand the culture of the people, if you don't prepare such a mission, we made a big mistake because we didn't explain to the population what was the reason why we will stay 1 year here to make some study. For them, we have some people coming from, I don't know, another planet and coming here with some technique. And I think the first value is first humility. Technique alone is nothing. The second one is respect of the culture of the population. The place of blood is very, very, very important all around the world. And the number 3 is knowledge. We have to understand and to know the target where we are working. And I think I wanted to start by this one because very often as a medical doctor and perhaps my colleague from NGO, the success is very rare. It's not frequent. But to save one life, justify everything. Just to tell you that humility and values is sometimes much more important than techniques and everything. We need techniques, but techniques alone is not enough. Just to start. We have to think the future. Future is something very, 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 very important because we have one of our responsibility, what we are building for our children, for the children of the world. Which world we will let for the people. And now, in all our action, we have to put in our mind, what will be my action, what will be the consequence, adverse event about the future, about this is what you call and we call sustainability. We face big change. Why big change? Because world is one. We know everything all around the world immediately. The revolution of internet, of globalization, we know, it's impossible today to say, I didn't know what's matter now in Zimbabwe. We know. We have no excuse.